In this video, we're going to show you how to install graphic inlays into a floor. Graphic inlays in our graphics resin may be installed over any surface. Graphic inlays are fun, they're exciting, your customers will love them, and the best part is they are easy to install. Equipment and supplies. You're going to need some equipment and supplies for graphic inlays. You'll need a tape measure, painter's tape, protective gloves, a razor knife, 100 grit sandpaper, a chip brush, a mixing bucket and a stir stick, and for larger projects use a foam roller, not a lint one. And you'll also need our South Fork Concrete Coatings Graphics Resin. Obviously, you'll need a graphic for your graphic inlay. We use the company Floor Maps for our graphics. Catherine Carnegie does a great job of taking great care of us. We love her, and you're going to love her too. www.floormapsinc.com. Request your logo to be done in 80/20 perf. This means that 80% of the graphic will be vinyl, and the other 20% will be the little holes that the graphics resin goes through so it will adhere to the floor. It's a similar material to what they use in window graphics. If you want licensed material, for instance an NFL team logo, order the logo from www.wincraft.com in 80/20 perf, and they can sell you licensed logos in custom sizes. Graphics resin. Use South Fork Concrete Coatings Graphics Resin for all your floor logos. You can purchase it at www.sfconcretecoatings.com on the Shop tab. If you use other coatings, you run the risk of the solvents in the coating bleeding the ink out of your graphics. This will ruin your project. Our graphics resin has gone through rigorous testing to make sure that it won't bleed the ink out of your graphics. It also cures very, very hard and durable to the point you can drive over it in a garage. Before installing the graphic, completely finish the floor. Graphics installation may be done as soon as the floor is cured enough to walk on. Graphics and our graphic resin may be installed over any surface. Okay, now we're going to lay our graphic out on the floor. So, as you can see here, we have the center line, and that's going to be how we're going to figure out where we want it. So, the first thing, I want this to be about 24 inches from the edge. So we're going to lay the center line out at 24 inches, and I'm going to just take a piece of tape, and then I'm going to mark where I want that. This is approximate, doesn't have to be perfect on this. Okay, then I want it 12 inches up from the edge. So we're going to take that, we're going to move that to 12 inches up from the edge, the other side just right, and we're going to measure 12 inches here, and then we're going to move it back to exactly 12 inches. There we go, we're good to go. And that is where it's going to be. Now, we're going to tape the edge down. So just tape it just like that. And tape it good. Go ahead and do a good job of taping. Okay, now, with this one, lay the whole thing back, mark this right there, and we're going to lay this whole thing back just like that. Now we're going to sand it, okay? So where our graphic goes, we're going to sand. We're going to sand pretty well. Up and back and forth. And what we're trying to do is get a real nice sharp profile on the floor so that the graphics resin will adhere to it really well. So do a good job. Use 100 grit sandpaper for that process. Wipe it off. Okay. Then I'm going to lay it back And it's going to go right where it's supposed to. Now we're going to tape that off. Take our razor knife, okay, tape measure, we're done with that. Lay this out. And that comes apart. Sticker, it stays stuck to the top, not the bottom. Lay that in, bring that back, about like that, about halfway. And cut that off, just like that. Okay, now, here's the trick. We've got it right where we want it. And just stick it down to the floor. Just rub it evenly, keep good pressure on it. Okay, now that part's down. Now, take our tape off and do the other part. So now, just roll it back. Take the backing off. Now you're just going to lay this part of the graphic down. Same way, just use a little pressure. Get it down. Okay, we got it down. Now we're going to take the top off. Keep it stuck down. Here we go. Just peel this right back. If there are any bubbles in it, you want to work those out. If there aren't. And now we're going to cover it with the top coat. But that's how you lay it. It's just that easy. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to mix the graphics resin. So first thing you want to do is shake it. Shake it real well. Upside down, the whole works. About 30 seconds on each one, on the A and also on the B. So mix it up really, really well. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use about 4 ounces of graphics resin per square foot of graphics. So take our A first, and we're going to, in this case, I'm just going to use 8 ounces total. And we're going to pour that out, and here we go. We've got 4 ounces of the A, and then we're going to pour out same amount of B. These mix 1 to 1. So use the same amount of A and the same amount of B, so that out of your total amount, you've got half A and half B. There we go. That poured out, and then we're going to stir it. So stir it up real well, and make sure anytime you're make sure that you scrape the sides and the bottom really, really well before you're done. So yeah, 30 seconds, maybe a minute of that process. Stir it up really, really well. Now, get all the A and all the B mixed up, and you'll be good to go. Okay, now it is time to actually coat the graphic. We just use a brush, and you just take our graphic, and the whole idea here is you're trying to fill all the little holes. Yeah, and we're going to coat about 1/4 of an inch outside of the graphic itself. And just like that. And then we're going to fill in all the little holes. Here, about 1/4 inch out. Like so. And just a little bit more here. Yeah, back and forth. And finish this process up. And I think Catherine will be proud with the job that we've done here. And there we go. Get all those holes nice and even. Kind of go back over it a little bit. And that graphic is going to last forever. Here we are at South Fork Concrete Coatings, and that is how we do it.